also there, that's a smart play. Because that lineup was trailing that 6 foot good slant, and as you saw, I think it's the free safety for the Mavericks, on the 22, he is, he's 20, 25 yards back. So he's not going to get the offense like that. That's not going to get occasions where to lock someone like that, you want to use them against them. So don't try and take them where you want to go, but take them where they want to go. Bring up 39 and 10 to the Pirates. Your own 29 you're right, any time interception, get that past 30, the Pirates can get over 40.
Chris? Sorry, late Dave. Triple M. What do you want to do with the screen? I can change it so it's got all of the team names and everything on it for the scoreboard. Or do you want to tap into it through this? Have you got an SDI cable?
I have got an HDMI cable.
I should be able to do that for you.
How long do we need?
It's just in the breakout box in the back here.
Probably this one.
Yep.
Put it through there.
Yeah, so I'll go from there.
Maybe he's expecting the Pirates kicker to go for that short sideline.
It's a high kick, but straight out again.
That's a touch finder, and they'll pack down a scrum from the 35. I'd like to try and get that punter to just get a little bit more distance before he kicks it out of bounds. I can see his intention, but just a little bit more might help his team.
That was almost a traditional Australian rules drop punt, which has become quite popular in the NFL these days. They're not so much hitting the ball in the belly of the ball, but hitting it straight on and getting an end over end rather than a spiral on the punt.
And that's due to one of those great things of all the Aussie punters we've got over in college and the NFL. I mean, that's I'll say it is Americans are stubborn at the sport. It's either they do it their way or everybody else is wrong. It's basically because we've had so much talent go over with, AFL and pro kick and things like that have taught them that the end over end they call it. I don't know why they don't call it drop punt. They could get a little bit confused. But you're absolutely right. First down at 10 for the Mavericks. High snap. Looking for his receivers downfield. He's going to take off with it.
Good to see some positive yardage there. That's Sage Webber. He's been quite dangerous with the ball in hand when he's decided to take a run.
He has, but I tell you what, that Pirates number 99, he's the one that's taken him down for the last 3 times. So I think 99 is the spy for Sage Webber, as we say. So basically, if he's going to take off, 99 is going to go get him. Nice little run there, about 3 yards. Brings up second and about 7. I'm really watching, Johnny, the concept of what Sage is trying to look at with those receivers downfield. He did have 3 receivers downfield trying to pass. Will they stay with the pass? Are they going to stay with the run?
Those just blowing up in the backfield.
No flags on the play. It looked like the Pirates did get a head start, but maybe they just timed the ball perfectly and they were in the backfield almost to take the handoff. Great play by the Pirates. You can see just the setup there of they've run the end around already. Now they've faked the end around and they were going to go for an inside left zone. Just shows they've got a couple of little wrinkles off that play.
That is the end of the first quarter.
It could be quarter time. We'll have a look, wait for the referee's call. And it is. That is the end of the first quarter. A battle of the midfield here, Johnny.
Just a real physical encounter early on. Not a lot of completed passes, but some really solid defence at the line of scrimmage. About set in these huddles here, Hollywood. So, for instance, what would the Mavericks be trying to, I guess, improve on or capitalise on in this next quarter?
Look, if you're in a good spot, you'd be talking about what are my single matchups? Have I got anybody winning against anybody? Is anybody giving me trouble? How's the scheme going? Does it look like are they in what we need to be? It'd be a quick chat of also, how's everybody feeling? Is everybody good? Not too tired, dehydrated, etc. But probably a bit more about the tactics in the one-on-one matchups, because I like to see that as the first quarter of football is how's individuals going against individuals, and can the receiver beat the corner? How you going? How's he playing? You inside, outside? And then half-time's more about the adjustments. So that's what I see that the first quarter happening as. Also, too, giving a shout out, and I've seen a couple of people walk past with the wood-fired pizza. That looks like all right. So I think we've got our bar operating behind us and we've got some wood-fire pizza. Certainly a day for it.
Jeez, Hollywood, you should have led with that. Bar and wood-fire pizza, are you kidding me?
There'll be a break at halftime in the commentary booth.
Right in front of us as well. What an amazing piece of silverware. That's a really cool trophy.
It is a great job, and what a great job. The field looks lovely. Well done to all the organisers today to make it happen. It just doesn't take one person to get this. It's a band of brothers and sisters. Third down and about 8 yards. Got a chance here. That safety is way too deep for me for the Pirates.
Very deep. And they've seen it. They're looking at this is Sage Webber. He's taken off again. He's trying to turn the corner. Oh, he stepped inside a couple of defenders. He's taking it out about 21 yards out. They've spotted him on the 20. So he's about 4 or 5 yards short of a first down. But this will be fourth down. It'll be interesting to see what the plan is here, whether the Mavs will go for it, win behind them, so potentially a better chance for a field goal. But we'll see what package they come out with, what personnel formation.
You're right, Johnny. For me, that safety is way too deep. He's taking himself out of the play. Now, if the Mavericks were smart, they would start throwing, say, 10-yard routes for that because they're playing against 10, not 11, because that safety's so deep.
So what, like a hook or something like that?
Yeah, hook the curl, something like that, across the middle, drag. And the other thing was that safety bit down so hard when the QB started running, the receiver was open at the top if he wanted to throw it across the top. Nice little completion there, brings up about 2nd and 5. Just exactly what we're talking about. Little dig route, little over route. Just behind the linebackers, but definitely underneath the safeties.
Split back formation in the shotgun. Pretty good snap. Good penetration from the Pirates.
Oh, that looked like a face mask.
And
there it
flag.
goes.
Great call. Well called here from 30 yards away by Hollywood. Called the face mask.
When you see a helmet go like that, it's got to be something. But you can see the Mavericks, they're just getting a little bit of rhythm. But the Pirates getting some good pressure. But that will be his signal. And probably half the distance
Half
to
the
the goal.
distance to the goal, yeah. So they're spotting that on about the 13.
And it should be a first down and 10. Yeah, just waiting for the change. It'll be a first down and 10. You can see they can get another first down just inside probably the 3-yard line if they choose so. But it'll be first down and 10 from about the 13-yard line. Mavericks on a little roll here, staying in the same split back with a tight end, number 42. Again, that safety is way too deep in the end zone. There it is.
There's
That's what
an
we're
out
talking.
right on the goal line.
Now I'm looking at the referees there because I think one sort of signalled a touchback because it was recovered
In the end zone.
by the Pirates in the end zone, but did he have it and then the ground caused the fumble? Was he down? We'll wait for the referee. We've got the BB Prince scoreboard in the background there with the live stream.
On the field is that the ball carrier has fumbled the ball into the end zone. Touchback, ball be placed at the
Touchback.
20-yard line. First down.
I think he should have signalled touchback with the other arm, but so that looks to be a pass, completed pass, then fumbled, then recovered in the end zone by the Pirates, which just stuffed a great drive for the Mavericks. And as we talked about, the out route's been there all day because that safety is so deep and covering the middle. Great pass, great catch, but wasn't able to hold on with it when he went to ground.
It was great play design too, given what you were saying about the safety staying quite deep in the end zone. They've exploited that on that out route. He was wide open, but obviously the defensive back swarmed at him.
Well, you mentioned it before, Tony, but actually this is a physical game, and I think the Pirates have definitely come to play, and they are hitting it probably a little bit harder than the Mavericks.
Pirates will be looking for someone to block 89 here, or at least their tailback will be.
New formation for the Pirates. And that was a new formation, so that obviously they've had a look at that and said, we're going to run this play, the wide receiver screen to the right. You can either call it a quick screen or a now screen.
I love that part of this game where they make these adjustments on the run. It just shows amazing acumen where they can turn around and say, that's not working, let's now go and do this.
And that's a good credit to Coach Josh Gardulio on the other sideline there. I said that this is not the coach for the Pirates. He's a coach in Canberra, and he just happens to be here and they needed a coach. So great job for him stepping up. You can see now the Pirates back to their normal formation.
So like a fullback dive there?
Pretty much. Talanoa on the tackle for the Mavericks. But yeah, look, that's a great play. It's look, second down and about 7. Nothing wrong with that. Nice little fullback dive. Second down and about 12 for the Pirates. In what looks to be like an I formation with the quarterback under centre.
Centre today, it's been shotgun all the time. But a quick pass out to the receiver.
Cut back into the middle. And then cut back to the outside. What a great pass, great run.
Longest play of the day.
Oh, well, yes, it is. It is the longest play of the day. Great job by the Pirates. The receiver screen, a couple of plays worked out here to the right. Now they throw what we call a now screen to the left, which is just, he had no blockers. It's just one step forward, one step back. The ball is coming straight to you. And what you hope to happen is exactly what happened for them.
But it's good to see the Pirates making these adjustments on the run, going up under centre, really changing up their formation, keeping this defence, the Mavericks, guessing.
This is a 51 play drive so far. Oh, that was almost a full
Straight up
start.
the middle.
Oh,
Wow, that was some kind of hit.
Big don't argue. Big close hanger.
89 at the moment is unblockable.
And I wish I knew it was because he's not on my team sheet. But good job, 89. So you can see, Johnny, that there is no love up the middle for the Pirates. So they might want to start adventuring a little bit off guard, off tackle, outside.
Well, I think I guess their two biggest plays have been on the edges, shooting the ball out to the receiver on the edges. So that might be something that they continue to flirt with.
Second down and 10. It's on their I formation with tight end left. Fullback dive up the middle.
Positive yards.
Probably just setting it up for third down. You know, something third and manageable, 3rd and 6. I gotta love you, Johnny. I love your home advantage here at the stadium. I noticed the Mavericks are on the shaded sideline now.
Well,
son.
Jim Cobb's name's Billy, not Silly. I think that's certainly some home field
It's a very
advantage
strategic
there.
advantage.
As you can see, the dugouts are set up for more so of a football or a soccer or rugby league style, where they're almost side by side.
And that's not uncommon in some of our games. We can often have two teams on the same sideline. There's the quick screen
out
again.
Melted onto him.
There are some games where you can have the same two teams on the same sideline, just one's at 50 in one end and the other's at 50 in the other end. Bringing up 4th down. And about 4.5 for the Pirates. We're in the second quarter. The score is 0-0. It's been a midfield battle up until the last couple of series. Few interceptions either way, but definitely the Pirates in this last drive have been driving at least 60 yards.
Timeout, Pirates. That's their first for the half.
Hollywood, a first down here is really going to turn the screws on the Mavs. This has been a pretty substantial drive. They took it from their own 20, the Pirates. A couple of very strong plays to the outside. First down here is really going to put the Mavs defense under pressure.
We go 4th down and about 6 after that timeout. And water break. I'm sure the players need that water. We've just learned we are being streamed live for the Reef Bowl. I am Coach Hollywood with Mackay legend Johnny Manning in the commentary booth. We are doing the ground announcing and the live stream announcing. It is 4th down. He's back to pass for the Pirates.
Oh, just outside the outstretched arms.
Great idea, great route. The receiver was in front, just needs a little bit more accurate pass. But you can see just a simple sort of 6 and out, get to the first down sticks, catch the ball. Just a little bit of a roll right, but incomplete. So as mentioned before, now that we're on the live stream, the score is 0-0. We are about halfway through the second quarter here at Reef Bowl 8 with the team in the yellow and blue, the Pirates, versus the team blue and silver, the Mavericks. And my co-commentator Johnny Manning has got the live stream up.
We are live, Hollywood.
And no, we will not be reading the comments because we're commentating.
We might read the comments, if it's a good one.
Only the good ones.
If it's complimentary, we'll read it, mate. So turnover on downs here for the Mavericks on their own about 34-yard line. They connected with a nice pass on the previous set of downs, ended in a touchback for the Pirates. They'll be looking to exploit that again, I would think. Looking down the field, Sage Weber. He's gone a long bomb. Oh! Just overthrew his receiver. Potentially the receiver could have continued on that route. I think it might have been shut the gate had he caught that.
You said it is if he'd continue on the route. It's one of the key things to know exactly how far your quarterback can throw, because the last thing you want to do is slow down at the 30 and he overthrows you to the 40, which is exactly what happened there. But I did notice number 12 on this side. Oh, Gage Stanley. Okay, he was screaming down the left side. So did we see a change up there? So yeah, number 12, Gage Stanley, was open on the fade. You can see these cornerbacks now, Johnny, is they're good 10 yards off. There
He's gone again.
He's gone again. As I said, Gage Stanley just got to get it to him. He was well past the corner.
I tell you what, these last couple of throws are going to give Sage Weber a great deal of confidence. He's going to get a nice spiral on him, a really good distance on those throws. If him and the receivers can get on the right page or the same page, I think we can see something broken open for a really big chunk of yards here.
What we're seeing there is the reason he's doing that is because he's dropping back straight away, not worrying about the rush and then letting it rip. Whereas before he was sort of half dropping back, where's the pressure coming from, getting flustered. But now he's just stepping back and throwing it. But for me, the Pirates are playing right is they're 10 yards off. So they're expecting deep pass. Now that's a great play call right there.
To the outside, 21, and he is either going to be right at the first down or just short.
Referee's giving it to him.
Given the first down. Great play, great play.
Standing on the 45, aka the 50-yard mark.
So tell me this, Hollywood, is that the QB calling these players, or are these coming from the sideline?
That's a good question. I mean, it just depends how with the Mavericks go. So we might have, they may have set that up. So we're going to have a long shot and then we'll have a short shot.
Yep.
It just depends what the coach is on the sideline or the coach is in the huddle.
Because as you said, the corners were playing off, so that was the perfect play call, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm a big believer of take what the defense gives you. So if they're playing off, you play short. It's really the principle of what they call the run and shoot. So if the defender's long, you go short. If the defender's short, you go long. If they're out, you go in. If they're in, you go out. It's as simple as football gets.
Yeah. It's not hard if you make it easy. It's not hard if you make it easy.
It's so complex, it's easy. First down and 10. 21's in motion. Oh, he's kept it. The quarterback's kept it.
Good positive yards. Good positive yards. They're certainly mixing up the play call here, keeping the Pirates guessing. This has probably been their best series so far, I would think.
And they're running it just in before half-time, I think. And we'll get a game clock view there. But also, too, Johnny, you mentioned it before, is, you know, the Pirates in the yellow and blue, they're almost pretty much playing both ways. So the receiver that made the great catch and run twice before is also playing cornerback. And he's had to go deep now twice. So you can see that's why he's standing so back. And he's probably getting a little bit tired. High snap.
Snap over the head.
Oh,
he's
great
done well
pickup.
to recover. And he's got some space. If he can get some blockers out in front of him, he's turned the corner. That's going to be a gain of 7 or 8 yards after an absolute disaster of a snap.
Have a look at the replay on this, folks. I mean, basically, there's an opportunity there for the Pirates player or the Mackay player to pick it up. And almost got it, and just pushed it there.
In the nick of time. These quarterbacks, they've got to have alligator blood, don't they?
They do. Come on, replay. I wanted to see that whole play. Don't cut me short. They're not going tempo or anything, Mr. Replay. You got time to show the replay. Here we go.
Yeah, they're not going no huddle, that's for sure.
Shout out to our live stream crew. They've only just got here a little while ago. Got set up. A few little technical difficulties as always, but we've got the live stream going and we've got it on the big screen as well. Third down and about 4. That's a better snap.
Clean snap. He's gone deep into double coverage. Just busted up by the safety. Playing quite deep, but really hot-tailed it in there. Almost picked that ball off.
That's exactly right. That's what you want. That's exactly why he's playing that deep. And you can see, I didn't agree with that totally from the Jack Hargrave there. He's basically at the 5-yard line and putting his hand up saying, I'm open, which he clearly wasn't because there was a corner over the top and a safety deep. And that's not something you want to see, is go, hey, I'm open and I'm not, and have the QB throw an almost interception. 4th down and about 4 yards to go.
Well, that's half the skill, isn't it, knowing when you're not open?
Hey, don't throw it to me, I'm not open. That's an unselfish player.
Just don't even look at the quarterback. Keep your helmet turned the other way.
Time out for the Mavericks.
Mavericks. That's their first for the half.
Yeah, we've got about 2 minutes and 52 seconds left on the clock of this second quarter of our first game between the Pirates and the Mavericks. I'm in favour of calling a timeout before the 2-minute warning because then effectively you get 4 stops.
4 timeouts, makes sense. Hey, how about the Bills-Chiefs game? After the 2-minute warning, 31 points scored in the last 2 minutes and into overtime.
I thought it was great. For those of you who've never seen arena football in America, go and see arena football because that's exactly what the Bills and Chiefs were. I think both quarterbacks had something like 170 yards passing in the last 2 minutes of the game.
It was unbelievable. Some of the best quarterback play you'll ever see. And you know what? Neither of those defenses are slouches either. The Bills got the best defense in football, yet Mahomes and Hill and Kelsey just tore them apart.
Find a way to make it happen. I think a lot of people will be working from home tomorrow. On Monday. On Monday. I'm a bit of jet lag from flying up today. But should be an absolute doozy of games.
Well, Burrow and Mahomes going head-to-head is going to be an absolute cracker. And these Niners, the 49ers, they just seem to find a way to win, don't they?
They certainly do, especially with all their injuries, etc. So, yeah, Rams have bought a team. Niners have
cobbled together a team.
Cobbled together. Heart says Cincy, head says Chiefs. 4th down. And about 4 yards to go. They are punting. Well, they're in a punt formation. We don't know if they're punting yet.
I'd like to see a trick play here. And we're going to see
Which it is.
And he's gone deep.
Play.
Oh! Bounced off a defender into the hands of the receiver. which is the guy who has been passing the ball so far. That's Sage Weber down there, number 22. He split off wide left, got himself a little bit open just in front of that corner. Oh, that was almost play of the day, Hollywood.
Right,
Almost
replay
play of the
man,
day.
do not cut me short again. You can see back here we've got punter ready to go. They're only about 7 or 8 yards off. He's loaded up. Give it a huge hoik. You're killing me. The staff are just lovely here at the BB Print ground.
You know what? I think everyone involved in this great spectacle we're involved with today has been fantastic. Just lovely people.
First down and 10 for the Pirates.
They're going to throw. It's an incomplete pass, but I think they might be looking at the clock as well. We've still got the 2-minute warning to come. Still 2 minutes and 27 seconds to go. So the 2-minute warning is a stoppage in play, and the Pirates will still have a number of timeouts. I don't think they've called one yet, have they?
That's right. I don't think so, Johnny. The only thing is, I'm not trying to be rude, but if they go for and out here, Mackay's going to get it back, but will they have enough offense to try and get a 2-minute score? Or are they going to try and set it up for a field goal? Because they do have the win behind them now.
Last game of the season. Can't hold anything back.
Thanks, Carton. I formation. Tried to run up the middle. One of the Pirates players there, they're running back.
Chills timeout.
Feeling the heat a little bit of cramping up.
You'd almost think in the second half the Mavs might want to run the ball, control the clock, just really wear these guys down through attrition. But it's great to see the Pirates coming out passing here. They want to get down the field. They want some points.
So this is one of the unique things of, especially in WA and far north Queensland as well, is just the heat and humidity of playing the sport with all the equipment on. You certainly do, as an athlete, you know yourself, Johnny, is you need to look after yourself and do right by your body if you're going to play any sport up here, I suppose.
Exactly, and I think given the way sports science has progressed over the years from when I was playing, hydration is such a key element, and I'm sure these guys at halftime will be absolutely on point with whatever hydration they require.
You think back in the day, probably with our parents was, all right, who's cutting the oranges? And that was it.
And suck water out of a sponge.
Official timeout. That's a 2-minute warning.
That's true, old school.
2 minutes to go on the half.
Two-minute warning. Third down and 10 from the Pirates' 39-yard line.
Well, Mav's still got a couple of timeouts up their sleeve, so Pirates will be really looking for a first down here rather than just some yards and then a punt.
I'm watching swinging out here. I was going to say I'm watching number 6. It'll be a little bit tricky.
Quarterback moving.
Need to roll
And
with
passes
him.
on the run. Oh, the receiver lost his feet, unfortunately. Had he held his feet, that would have hit him right between the numbers.
But as you can see with that green line there for our viewers at home that are watching around the world, that ground is very, very wet underfoot. It's a lovely ground. It's lush. But as you said this before in our broadcast, Johnny, is you've had some rain, and just those patches there, it goes from a nice field to really soggy.
Well, you can actually see if you look at the field where the majority of the play's been. Sort of between the 40 and the 20. You can see it's a little bit chopped up. But yeah, we had some very, very heavy rain at about 8, 9 o'clock this morning. It was a torrential downpour, but it's fined up to a beautiful day. Pirates ready to punt here.
Everybody's in the
Low snap.
on the line.
That's good distance on that punt.
He's kicked it in bounds for a change. Nothing wrong with that. Good
And
kick.
stopped dead by the kicking team on the 15 or the 16. So long field for the Mavs and about a minute 52 on the clock with a couple of timeouts up their sleeve. Let's see what they can conjure up.
That was a good kick. That's the first time we've seen the punter try to kick it in bounds. At least he's tried to kick it out of bounds. a couple of times before, and it was a great chase by, I think, by number 15 for the Pirates to get down there. And as you said, timeouts. And are they just going to roll the dice with setting things up for the second half, or are they going to take a couple of shots and use their timeouts?
I know what I'd be doing.
Smart football, Johnny. That's what you'd be doing. Smart football. Just 10 yards at a pop. You got all the field to work with. You, as you got minute 39 plus 2 timeouts.
What would Brett Favre do in this situation?
No, he just throw to Randy Moss.
He'd just throw it. He'd just throw it.
Sterling Sharp. Late substitution there.
I just want to talk about that late substitution after this snap. The play's been blown dead. So the offense has allowed a late substitution.
No, they're not.
They're being called it. Yeah, okay.
Still first
right.
down.
They're being called it. So because the defense needs to have time to address that package. That's in the rules, isn't it?
That's correct. So basically you have 3 seconds for it. So once you break the huddle, so once you form the huddle, you have about 3 seconds to send somebody off and bring somebody on.
Right.
So that was clearly longer than 3 seconds.
Right.
Because they're at the line there. First down and 15. Fumbled the snap. Number 10's coming straight at him.
He's done well to get back towards the line of scrimmage there.
That's the second snap that we've had a little bit of issue with.
Centre and quarterback not quite on the same page there. It was Tim Miller back there taking the direct snap. As this afternoon rolls on, Hollywood, we're going to see this shadow of the greenstand creep across the field. And I'm just wondering what that does for a quarterback and a receiver coming out of the light into the shade, if that affects the ball in flight.
Oh, it certainly will, but these guys are pros. They'd be used to it. Back to it. Pressure from the edge.
That's a good reception.
Crossing route.
Nice little spin and juke there. Jack Hargrave.
Jack was the one who was saying I was open before when he wasn't, but that's a nice, they've got him rather than going deep now. You can see that they're sort of bringing those crossing routes as we talked about, because now it brings up like third and about 3rd and 4. They're still running, the clock's running. We've got 47 seconds and it looks like running, plus they've got 2 of their timeouts, so they want a little bit of urgency now, but...
Nice little chunk of yak there for Jack Hargrave after the catch, wasn't it?
Timeout. Mackay. That's their second. There is 20 seconds remaining
We've got
in the
about
first
10 or
half.
15 seconds before half-time. You can see the coach Josh G on the field.
Mav just might be looking to...
Call the timeout. This will probably be the last play.
We're going to see a prevent style defense here from the Pirates.
I'd say no, just do your thing. There's been no threat all game.
Yeah.
It is very wide on the far side if they want to try and throw it that way.
I feel like that's the way they might be going. He rolls out to his right, lets it go. Almost a catch there. Just underthrown there on that. That looked like the tight end there on a bit of a curl route. Clock stops with 20 seconds to go.
And 4th down. So if that was caught and caught in bounds, we'd be talking about half-time right now, but incomplete pass. 4th and about 3, ball on the left hash.
Hollywood, what do you do here?
I'd take a knee. Game, you go to half-time. This is hot and humid.
Timeout. Pirates. That's their second for the half.
Oh, we called another timeout. Coach Josh G. Probably just talking to the players, saying, guys, this is probably the last play. If you wanted to be smart, you could do some sort of double reverse flea flicker, end around, have a bit of a trick play, but why risk it? I mean, it's been, as you said, it's been a slugfest for the middle of the field for 90% of the game, other than the almost touchdown we saw for the Mavericks and then the touchback for the Pirates, and then they drove 60-something yards, which is the best drive, as you said, we've seen all day so far from both teams.
I'd love to see a flea flicker.
Fumble, Ruski, immaculate reception, hook and ladder, something.
Statue of Liberty.
But safety is going very deep, expecting something.
He's-
Verticals, they've got verticals.
Catch that. Oh, unlucky. Clock stops again. That was 4th down, so we're going to see the Pirates with a chance to maybe get some short yardage and knock a field goal over.
I'm waiting to see a signal from the referee if time expired on the play. But no, they're turning it around.
I'm seeing 8 seconds to play here, so if the Pirates do have a timeout, we might see a crack at some yardage, quick timeout, and a shot at field goal.
Not to be negative, Nelly, but that last minute and a bit from the Mavericks is pretty poor time management. You'd sort of want to go, why would you give the
Gladstone,
Pirates a shot
that's
here?
their
first
third
and
and
10,
final timeout of the
with
half.
6 seconds left or whatever. Don't give them a shot at all. You had to complete a couple of passes inbounds, and the game, it's half time.
Well, you called the taking a knee, go to half time, reset.
Coach Josh G over there representing the coaching staff for the Pirates. He could be saying, hey, let's do this and this and this and have some fun with it.
8 seconds, a shot at the end zone. Don't catch it in bounds.
Look, they're at the they're at the 24-yard line, so this is a definite throw, even into the wind, even as, what is it, the Mackay doctor? What is it, the beach?
Far Beach Doctor.
Far Beach
the
doctor.
Far Beach Doctor.
So yeah, the Pirates in the yellow and blue, they are throwing into a bit of a wind here, the Far Beach doctor, but it's definitely doable.
We've seen them use a screen before, a bubble screen, something like that. This could be something that they're looking at.
This is one of the things they've still only got. Mackay only. Oh, well, there we go.
And they've
So
been-
illegal formation, basically illegal substitution. If Mackay only got single high
Substitution
safety
infraction,
in the middle of the
offense,
formation.
12
If this
players
is a
on the
true
field,
shot, and you've got
5-yard
those
penalty,
receivers so far wide,
remains first down.
they want to be going almost into cover a two safety look. This is a little bit of concern now for the Pirates. That's taken them back 5 yards. And with, as I said, with that Far Beach doctor trying to throw it in, it's going to have to be a good throw. It's going to have to be a tight spiral.
It's a good snap. He's looked them off right.
He's
He's
open.
gone for
He
it.
is open.
Underthrew his receiver, unfortunately. He was wide open.
Great play call by Coach Josh G there. So we've had this stop and go
It's the end of the first
receiver
half.
screen happen before. So the receiver, if you have a look at the replay, he will simply do one step forward, one step back, and
And
now we've got the
cut
slot
in.
receiver going to the corner, the fade corner, and he was open. The quarterback just had to get it there for him.
It was great to see him look off the receiver and throw the other way.
Absolutely, he sold it. He gets an Academy Award for the halftime performance. And that is it for the halftime at Reef Bowl 8. We've got the Mackay Mavericks 0-0 against the Pirates, and that has been a big battle, Johnny.
It's been a real physical battle so far, almost a battle of attrition. We've seen some scoring opportunities from the Mavericks just in that previous series where they pulled up just short of the end zone. But look, full credit to the Pirates defense. They swarmed on that pass. They've kept a clean score sheet. It's going to be really interesting to see who turns up in this second half.
Absolutely. We're going to take a break from commentary now, head it back to the live stream again, and thanks to the people, get yourself some wood fire pizza, get yourself some drinks. Great crowd coming here for Reef Bowl 8. We'll be back just before the start of third quarter.
Thanks, Hollywood. Good to be back. Look, it's been a real battle of attrition. Early on, we saw both teams trying to establish the run, and the ball really didn't move from outside of between the 40 and the 20, moving left to right on your screen. But as that half progressed, the quarterbacks really started to open up. We saw a couple of deep balls. We saw a few very, very strong completions, a couple of good series from both sides. So I'm interested to see what adjustments have been made and whether the formations and play calling has been changed for the second half.
Exactly. We're going to go with the Pirates first up. Single back formation, which would have been most of the game. Pitch left, toss left. Number 40 to the outside, takes him on. Great tackle there. No side step from the running back. He did well by the outside linebacker. Came about 2 yards.
Appreciate the toughness of him just taking the man head on, and that's the adjustment I feel we've seen right there. They were trying to take the ball up the middle, running into that big D line of Mackay. Now they're looking to take it on the outside.
Listen to me now, I'm lasting 20 rounds, and if you want me, come on get me now. Is you with me now? Then biggie bounce. I know you dig the way I switch my style. Holla, holla. People sing around, now people gather round, now people jump around. Get your feet going, get your feet going, get your
There's
feet
the off
going.
tackle to the right, met solidly by number 92. Ball comes out, but he's down. Great to see. Good crowd here. We've got wood fired pizza. We've got a bar. We've got a cafe on the level here at Mackay B&B Stadium.
Building here, Hollywood, and a couple of those long completions really lit up the crowd early in that late towards that second half, didn't they?
That's what I'm loving about regional Queensland. They really get into their teams. I've seen a lot of parents, girlfriends dressed in team colours, wearing silly clothes, etc., which is really good. Third down and 11. Design quarterback keep off tackle.
Line
No
up the back.
yards. Said before, Johnny, step flow below.
The Mavericks, we saw them interchange the quarterbacks in that towards the end of that second half. But that looks like it's safe weather. The 22 back there.
And thanks for our online viewers watching. Let me know. I think we've cut the music here. We've got a very interesting mixing desk with a lot of cables. So hopefully we're all coming loud and clear, and the music has stopped. Please let us know by the comments. And thanks for watching on the live stream. First down and 10 on 15-yard line. What about the 13 for Mavericks? Coming out in the same formation that they have been in for most of the game. Let's see what happens. Who's our QB there, Johnny?
That is Sage Weather. Taking the run himself, looking for a hole in the middle. Nowhere to go. Swarming Pirates. Takes him back on the line speed. We have seen a flag here. Let's wait and see what the referee calls.
Back to pass on the out route. He's got him. Nice little out route there to 35.
That's Tim Miller. He's short of the first down marker, but still a very solid completion.
Calling it early, Johnny Manning. We're going to overtime with double zeros on the board.
I hope not. I don't like seeing a couple of donuts on the scoreboard, Hollywood. I think when desperation sits in, we're going to see some enterprising play.
Same formation with the split back. Oh, that was almost a fumble. Great run up the middle. He's going to bust this. Is he cut it back? He's got a chance to go. He's got one man to beat.
This
He's
is a
got the
huge
angle.
run. Oh, what a run!
Great effort.
Amazing.
Great effort.
They've called the touchdown.
Oh, I love the wide stance from the referee there too when he signalled the touchdown. You thought the defensive player had the angle, but it was just a great stiff arm.
86-yard run to the right-hand pylon for the touchdown. He's wearing 21, and he's channeling Ezekiel Elliott from 3 years ago.
Great effort there. Did not want to be denied the touchdown. Used his body leverage to fight inside. We've got Coach Josh Gargulio on the other side there, like having a chat to the referees. He's on the field. He's having a chat about something.
May have been querying that the player going out of bounds on that right-hand pylon, but it looks as though the ball did take the pylon before he went out of bounds.
This is one of those things where you can see Coach Josh G on the other side signalling that there was a push in the back. Now, I'm not sure of the regional Queensland rules, whether you get a coach's challenge to say, have a look at the replay. Was there a push in the back somewhere? And maybe that's what he could be talking about.
So would that be an illegal block in the back? Is that from someone
On the field,
guarding the runner? Is that what
touchdown.
you...
However,
Touchdown has
the previous
been
play
signalled.
is under further review.
And we're going to the box, Richie. So we're going to go have a look at the replay. It'll be a booth review here.
Our bunker is on site here, not in New York, Hollywood. Close to the action.
We are in, it's New York, Mackay. It's only about 2 booths to the left of us. We're actually looking at the referees. Look at the replay.
They're studying it intently.
But yes, we've basically got a coach's challenge. See if there was a block in the back somewhere.
The ball breaking the plane on the pylon as well.
It was a close one, wasn't it? The ball did extend and it did come out of his hand, but was that after? Referee could see with the earpiece talking to the mic in the booth.
The entire stadium waiting with bated breath to see what this call comes back from the video review.
A lot of people with the phones out waiting for the reaction.
Certainly a discussion happening between the booth referees and the on-field referees.
And it is one of those things, remember, it's not Fox Sports here, so there aren't 42 cameras. They probably only have 1 or 2 angles to look at.
He may have lost the ball before breaking the plane, Hollywood. He may have actually not had control. If you have a look at the sideline umpire, he's gone and stood on the 1-yard line where the ball
Review, the call on the field stands. Touchdown.
Touchdown!
He's called the touchdown. He's called the touchdown.
Yeah, I was thinking with you, Johnny, we'll have a look at that replay if we can, with that where that ball went out of bounds. But yeah, it was a touchdown, the signal there. Mackay Mavericks getting on the board with a huge run.
Certainly deserved a touchdown, didn't that run? Now that was Jack Hargrave. Now a little bit about Jack Hargrave. He plays for Carlton's in the local rugby league comp. He played in the reserve grade grand final just 1 field over in September, where that game went to double overtime against brothers. His brother Bo Hargrave was captain of that team, so it's great to see these guys playing cross code.
That's a block there by Johnny on the spot. My 98 again. 98 is having an absolute blinder for the Gladstone Pirates. Blocking that kick there. 6-0 is your score. A couple of minutes in
Extra
to
points are no
third
good.
quarter. Mackay Mavericks
We see that a lot these days, don't we? A block field goal, block extra points. Is that just the athleticism improving in the defence? These
No,
guys
I'll tell
better?
you straight out what it is people in Australia don't know how long snap is. The long snaps are slow and loopy.
Yep.
You should be firing that long snap back as far as you can at hand height to the holder.
Yep.
That's purely all it is, and then probably the other 10% is just bad blocking.
Yep. It's those little things that certainly can cost the team. That extra point may come back to haunt the Mavericks.
Absolutely. I mean, that's the thing that you practice. I mean, you have every single NFL long snapper can snap the ball with laces perfect for that kicker. 99.9% of the time. That's what they get paid to do. It's a very important, as you said, it's a very important part of the game. Where it's a 7-6 game.
We saw in the divisional round on the weekend, 3 of the 4 games decided by a walk-off field goal. So those special teams plays certainly critical at the business end of the season.
And the other game was Arena Bowl on steroids.
You got a negative feeling about that game?
No, it was a great game. Oh, great take there on the 15. By 15, he's got a lane to the sideline. He's lost the ball.
That looks like a turnover, is it?
If you call it, no.
No, Pirates have recovered.
It was a sit-on by the Mavericks, but he looks like he couldn't get control of it. He sat on it, but the Gladstone Pirates have come up with it after the fumble.
So Jack Hargrave, after running that 86-yard touchdown into the right-hand corner, is now back playing deep safety for the Mackay defence. I suspect he'd be breathing pretty heavy right now.
He's probably playing way back, just so he can have a breather. Doesn't have to get on the action.
Praying for a run.
3-and-out runs. First down and 10. Pirates in the usual formation. Mackay sending the house.
Better catch those ones.
Wow, two-step and hitch and catch. Classic example. If you can pick it up on the replay of a player looking at the defender before the ball gets there to go, how much time do I have before I get whacked? Just catch the ball, then worry about everything else after that. Interesting though, they're going back to those quick hitches. Just the quick stops, the now screen, so to speak.
The what screen?
The now, as in throw it now.
Throw it now.
Throw it now. You can see our substitutions going here for the Pirates. Oh, now this is classic regional football. If anybody saw that at home on the live stream, one of the players, I think it was Big 76, just came off, walked to the sideline, took his helmet off, handed it to his substitution, who then put it on and walked back in the huddle. That's camaraderie right there.
Warms the cockles seeing that, doesn't it? Absolutely.
Brings you back to reality of when you first started playing the game many decades ago for a lot of people. Sharing equipment.
I feel like that might be a delayed game.
Timeout, Pirates.
We've
That's
got a
their first of the
timeout.
half.
Timeout.
Timeout by the Gladstone Pirates. I think just with that Coach Josh G there, just having that issue of the player come off, having to swap helmets. Did he have enough of the line? Did they get the right play in?
Hollywood, I think it's also time that we, once again, thank all the people involved with putting this event on here in Mackay. The Gladstone team for travelling, the 2 teams that are playing later on tonight for travelling all this way, all the volunteers, the people who have donated their time to make this game happen. What an amazing event to happen in Mackay. Now, Mackay's had a lot of sport. Now, I don't know if you know, we've had international cricket played over here at Harrop Park last year.
Did not know that.
The Australian women's team took on India in 3 one-days. We've had women's Big Bash played over here. We've had NRL semi-finals on this very ground.
And was Karen Cobb in charge of all of those things?
She
as well?
was not, but I tell you what, after this, I would expect that they'll be knocking on her door.
Mackay's getting their fair share of sports, not just Townsville with their big mega stadium. Sending the house, Mackay. We've got a flag on the far side of the field.
And a
is that a strip?
loose ball. Sort of fumble recovery for the Mavs.
It could be safe though, because I think half of Mackay's left side jumped and was offside on a blitz. We'll wait for the referee's call. Mackay have come up with it.
Offside. Defense
It is
of
offside.
63.
Probably
5
everybody
yard
on the
penalty.
left side.
Replayed it down.
Sending the house though, you can see it was second and 10. Again, all the live stream viewers, just let us know. Has the music stopped? Is the levels good? Are we sounding sexy? Thank you very much. Shout out to my offsider Kenny Andreas, who
Down
couldn't
is
make the
second
trip
down.
today to come to Mackay. You are missing out, my brother Kenny, the golden voice of Gridiron Queensland. And a shout out for Gridiron Queensland for getting a lot of the officials up. Sending the house again, Mavericks. Here's your off tackle, quarterback keep. Oh, that's
Is that a
almost
horse collar?
That was almost a horse collar.
So, tell me,
You
Hollywood.
can see the players 76 and 10 calling for it.
Okay, so what constitutes a horse collar versus that?
It's a very good question. So, for me, that was. I mean, he was brought down by the neck area. Now, there was no hand inside, so maybe the referees just saw it was a grasp of the jersey.
Grasp on the outside rather than hand inside
There
and
was
on the pad.
There was no hand in the pad. It was just a grab of the jersey, which then brought him down around the nameplate, not so much inside the neck roll. Third down and a good 6. They can get this. He's looking for the swing pass there. He's going to just take it himself, is he?
Oh, he's thrown a
picked off
pick.
Big 92.
Unbelievable.
He could go all the way.
Oh!
He was just out of bounds. No,
What
they've
have they
called
called?
him a yard short.
They've called him a yard short. He's devastated. He's
Oh.
absolutely devastated. I thought he was in for all money, but a hell of a great chase from the Pirates there to pull him down a yard or half a yard short.
Oh my goodness me! What a chase down. Big 92.
On the field is at the
With
ball
the rumble,
carries
you could
down
see
at the
straight. Have a look at the
1 yard
replay. He's
line.
trying.
First
The
down.
quarterback's trying to throw to the
Time out.
halfback
Officials
now.
time out.
Still trying to throw now. Then he slips out. I'm going to throw it to you. There's the trail. Big 92 with the big paws down the sideline. Had the angle. Come on, Mr. Replay man. You got to do me better than that. TD Sass, thank you for the commentary. Music has stopped. Thank you. The commentator's voice could be raised slightly, please. Done that. Hope that's good. We've just got louder because it's really exciting here. I have bumped the levels up, but no, thanks for the feedback. That's great. Every little bit helps.
Oh, big shift in momentum here with the Mavs on the, what's that, the half-yard line, the 1 yard line. Did Pete Carroll call a pass here, or did he give the ball to Marshall and Lynch?
I had a chat to Marshall and Lynch about that. A lovely time in Sydney a couple of years back, and he doesn't talk about it.
I don't think
Okay,
any-
so my rule, and many people have heard me say this, and basically 3 things happen when you pass, and 2 of them are bad.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, and you're on 1 yard line, and you've got the world's best running back. Anyway,
And you had 3 downs. Or
Anyway,
4
let's get
downs.
back to the
It's
Mavericks.
4 down territory.
Mavericks and the Pirates. 2-point conversion. He's just going to give it to Big 91, who's going to try and rumble in.
That's a touchdown.
There we go.
It's been called.
Now I just want to make
Touchdown.
sure. Did I get that right? Was it 92? Was it 94 for the big intercept? Okay.
Thought. I've been known to get things wrong. This is 94 down here. He's off the field, so he may have been.
That's not the
Taking a
he's
break.
getting a break
Yeah.
because he was the big run. That's Keenan
You-
Bailey.
you could be
94.
right. Hell of an intercept. Amazing run.
Absolutely.
That was almost a refrigerator Perry-like run, wasn't it? Where they stick him in the backfield, give him the ball, and say kill.
It was, but yeah, absolutely. Here we go. Going for the extra point here. This will take it to 13-0 if he's good. 12 if he's not. Low drive. He's good.
It's good. The kick is good.
Reggie,
It's a
it's
good.
all good. 13-0. About halfway through the third quarter. A little bit of a momentum shift, would you say there, Johnny?
I think absolutely. The Pirates were trying to establish some sort of rhythm in offense. You saw the quarterback wheel out to his right, pump fake, then try and hit his fullback. And unfortunately, the Mavericks defender just read it like a book, snatched it out of kill, actually hit him on the chest. Didn't even have to raise his arms to catch it, and then made his way down to the 1 yard line, and then a pretty simple crash over on the first down following that, and the extra point is good. So we see the Mavericks leading the Gladstone Pirates 13-0. Still a lot of football to play though, Hollywood.
There is, but you can see that Mackay starting to get. I'm a firm believer. A lot of coaches say games are won and lost in the fourth quarter. I'm a true believer that games are won and lost in the third quarter.
Championship quarter, they call it in AFL, don't they?
Anyway, about half, at least at the beginning or halfway through, the momentum goes and it just transfers into the fourth quarter. I think this is where games are won and lost in the third quarter. The championship quarter. No, it looks like I was right. Number 92 is shaking hands with everybody. Great little pick up there by number 10. Sorry, on the 10-yard line.
It's another solid return. We've seen a couple of good kick returns in this quarter.
And he almost had a chance of breaking that one before.
Well, we went through a scoreless first half. And now we've had 2 touchdowns in the third quarter. This game has just been blown wide open. Gladstone Pirates will have the ball on their own 35. Fresh set of downs. Gladstone coach out there talking with the referees again. Be interesting to know what he's talking to them about. But keen to see, it's on the 36, keen to see what Gladstone come up with. Sorry, the 26, not the 36, my apologies. This Mackay defence will be on its toes after that intercept last series.
Oh, that's a great point, Johnny Manning, is will they start to tee off? In the third quarter, is this where they're going to start send the house and just bring it, or they're going to play back and just try and let the Pirates work their magic? Yep, they're bringing their house.
Great evasion for the quarterback. He's going to get it back just to or just past the line of scrimmage, maybe a 1 yard gain.
Yeah, usually they've been blitzing on second down a lot, but you saw obviously there that they brought the house on the first down.
Will the Pirates be looking to pass here on a second and long, Hollywood?
I think they'll be trying to do anything they can get close to the first down for third down. And some of those short passes they just haven't been super accurate. They're definitely making more yards on the pass than they are on the run, that's for sure.
Run.
Oh, it's a high. He's fumbled.
And that's a recovery.
Never got the handoff from the quarterback. Handoff by number 10 was way too high. Holding it up high to let the fullback go through. I think the running back, when we look at the replay, got it up around the high chest area.
Bring the ball down. Try and secure it. But a great point with that shift in momentum. After an intercept, that Mackay D was just ready to roll then, wasn't it?
That's what I'm talking about. You've got you've got the Gladstone Pirates in their own side. You've just scored twice very quickly. Why wouldn't you? Because you can just make you beat us. First down and 10 on about the 24-yard line. Let's see. Same formation for the Mavericks all day. High snap back to pass. Dancing around the middle. 57's got him for Gladstone. Loss on the play there. Second down at about 13. Now Mackay on offense and Mackay on defense should be completely polar opposite. Mackay on offense right now should be just chipping away, running the clock down, get a first down, 5 yards,
Yep.
whereas defense is just sending the house. So for offense, just settle down, control the ball, get first downs and score again. Look at Pirates, they're crowding the line.
Yeah. It's a completion. That's it there to Tim Miller.
Number 35.
He's caught a couple of passes today,
It's one of those ones where, as a receivers coach, you tell them never to run inside because there are 10 other bad people there. So you've got to try and catch that and get it to outside and beat the one person to the outside rather than have 10 other monsters come at you from an angle.
The sideline can stop your run, but it can't hurt you.
So have a look here. Catches it here. You've got a bit of space. Single back formation with the wing to the right. Pirates bringing it again. Off tackle there, number
That's
21.
Jack Hargrave again.
He's spinning as well. Great job down to about the 2-3 yard line.
Very strong run and signals the first down himself. Love seeing
That's what we love.
Hey, don't we love seeing that? I tell you what, got a bit of a strategy for the Mavericks here, Hollywood.
Go for it.
Just bear with me. It might be a little bit.
Go
way
Johnny
out.
Manning, super coach.
Give the ball to Jack Hargraves.
Off tackle right, Jack Hargraves. That's the call. Thanks, coach. What's the next call? Jack Hargraves, off tackle right. Fans of Friday Night Lights, just give the ball to Booby Miles.
That's the movie. Look at the TV show. Tim Riggins, 44. Fours.
Well, the receiver for the Mavericks has come in very shallow to the left there. Watch a corner pass on the left side. He's come in for the underneath, under round.
That's a hell of a take, and
Great
that's a
catch.
touchdown.
Number 35,
That's
Tim
about
Miller.
Tim
Touchdown.
Miller. Now he's been, I think, their most productive receiver all day. Without the stat sheets in front of me, but he seems as though he's caught more passes than anyone. That was actually a really nice route. Got himself open. The Pirates are playing off the ball too much in the end zone, weren't they?
They were. You almost want to go press their coverage there because it's only 10. It's 10 yards. You've only got to protect 10 yards. Don't let him catch it underneath.
This has been some quarter from the Mavericks. Love to be being a fly on the wall in Jim Cobb's half-time speech.
This it really was. It has happened very quickly. So with the Hargraves run, then the interception, and now the Miller catch.
3 minutes 24 to go in this third quarter.
Low snap, fumble,
Oh.
drilled it into somebody.
Once again, execution from special teams.
Points are no
We
good.
often call it we fence. There's offense, defense, and we fence. But yeah, the snap was just a little low to the right of the holder, and that timing does get messed up.
That's a 19-0 lead. Still a 3-score game.
As we see Karen Cobb definitely getting her 20,000 steps in today.
And the rest.
She's looking very fit. And what an arm to throw the kicking tee in.
Tell you what, that was a dart she just threw there.
Tell you what, the Outback women's team is selecting, Karen. How about all positions? Let's see what we've got from the Gladstone Pirates on this next drive. The last couple of kick returns have got them good yards. They've just got to hold on to the ball. But for me, more importantly, I want to see how they handle. Is it going to be 3 and out and the Mavericks score again and it's game over? Or can the Pirates get something going?
Last two series ending in turnovers certainly doesn't help their cause.
It's a shorter kick. Oh, great run
There's
by
a
number 10
lane.
down the side.
Mavericks D takes the field. A little bit difference in body language on the sidelines, let me tell you, Hollywood.
Absolutely. I'll tell you what, though, you wouldn't want to chance it, though. You don't want to be kicking for number 10. It would just be a case of just drill it along the ground now. See what happens. See one of the players down there, Mavericks. A bit of injury on the sideline there, so we're not returning for the rest of the game. Pirates with good field position here. On about their own 40 44-yard line. Mavericks still thinking they're going to pass with their Jack Hargroves way back at about the 25-yard line. Spread formation. New running back.
And
Flag.
flag on that play.
Well
too.
thrown by the referee. Threw it with authority. Big number 70 for the running back there. But a
Strong
flag.
carry.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
Personal
number
foul,
89.
face mask.
15-yard
On the
penalty
defense?
On the
and an
defense.
automatic first down.
15-yard penalty. First down.
Wonderfully signaled by the referee.
One of my favourite all-timers, Ed Hockley. We'd almost bring it back like a bow and arrow
Correction, the
slingshot.
foul is on number 11, defense.
And then point. Hercules Hockley, probably the biggest guns in it as a referee as well.
Remember that guy. Tightest shirt too.
You got well into the football, didn't you, Johnny? You spent a couple of years over in the States.
I did. I spent a couple of years in Los Angeles and saw a number of games over there. And tailgated with the Southern California faction of the Packers fan club. It was a wonderful experience.
Pirates trying to go back to that quick slant to number 6, which they did a couple of times in the first half. They've got the new big running back in there, seeing if they're trying to try and hone in on him and forget about the tight end, but they didn't. That running back standing just probably a little bit too deep for my liking. Taking a little bit too long to run up and pass protect.
You've got to be explosive, right? You've got to get to your top speed super quick. Not allow that defense the time. That was a big chunk of field taken there from that penalty. So short field now for the Pirates. Second down.
See the big running backs back there, hand on the knees. Quarterback keep behind him. Oh, he's broken that first tackle. Great little run there to the outside. Second down. And he's made about a 7-yard gain there, so it should be about 3rd and 4, 3rd and 3. Nice little QB sprint draw to the right.
Not even the thought of a slide there from that QB, was there?
He's going for every bit of yard he can get. I see what you mean, Johnny, about that shadow now coming across halfway on the field.
Well, given the nature of a right-handed passer, if he's passing from the right side of the field to the left, I don't know what that does for a receiver. Whether it's coming out of the light into the dark, I don't know if that makes a difference or not, but it certainly adds another layer of complexity.
You see a couple of the Mavericks there standing up in the 2-point stance, crowding the line of scrimmage again. Here they come all step, giving it to big 72. He's stopped well short.
Can you tell me, Holly, is this fourth down territory?
Oh, for sure.
Third quarter, 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go. You're down 19-0.
Of course. You're going for it here. And you're going for it to get probably 2 yards past the sticks. You might have one guy going long and try and have 2 guys going short. The crowd in the middle. We might see another design QB run behind the big fella.
So we're seeing one of the Mavericks players come back to the sideline with his arm in a sling. We're seeing him game for the rest of the day. It's been a pretty brutal encounter out there. Some of the hits with the heels not good.
Rocking the glass in the commentary box. Here we go, 4th down. Oh,
he's
nice
drawn
job.
him
They've got him offside.
Free
Just
play.
take it and go.
Free play.
He's got it round the edge.
Oh,
Nice
he's turned
job.
the corner well.
94 is looking for the referee for a hold, but he's not getting it. You got to keep playing the whistle. Play to the whistle. Don't winch to the referees. That ball is out of bounds on the 9-yard line.
Yeah, they jumped well offside, the Mavericks.
Great call by the Gladstone Pirates and coach Josh G. Let's go on 2, and it worked a treat.
Offside,
Great
defense,
Offside,
number 35.
defense.
That penalty is
Great call
declined.
by
The
you,
result on
telling
the
the
play
quarterback
is a first
run
down.
behind the big blocker. Pretty much what they did.
Penalty is declined. They're going to take the end of the run. That'll be first down and goal because they're inside the 10-yard line. They're at the 9-yard line. So they've got 4 chances to get into the goal from their 9 of Mackay. Johnny Manning. I just want to say it's just a privilege and an honour to be commentating here with you in the air-conditioned booth. We are a little bit spoiled today here in Mackay.
Very, very spoiled. So let me tell you, the humidity would be quite stinging should we be sitting outside.
It's a give to number 72 again. Take a couple more yards.
Good penetration there from 89 from the Mavericks to get through and chop him down low. No, say Hollywood.
Time out.
Absolutely privileged
Gladstone,
to call
that's
next
their
to you.
second for the half.
So much. Just calling the game next to you. Very much appreciated.
Anytime. You're a legend in the rugby league world there, so glad you're coming over to help us with the commentary of Gridiron. The Gladstone Pirates taking a timeout.
What I'm hoping is that, I guess, specifically Mackay, but American football in North Queensland in general, hopefully something like this can raise some more interest, awareness, get some more participation, not just on the field, but support staff off the field as well. We just saw the coach Jim Cobb running the water on there. Obviously he wants to send a few messages, but these guys are donating their time. It's great to see some involvement from the community in this one.
And I think that's the pure heart of either startup or regional sports is the volunteers, and it's an all-in mentality. Now, unfortunately, the scary thing is and also we've seen a couple of clubs down south is, unfortunately, sometimes it's one family then having to do everything. Somebody's the president of the family, somebody's the treasurer, then they have to worry about marking the ground, then doing the league and things like that. So it's just, you can't do this sport by yourself. It takes a nation of millions to get something like that, and I think that's why everybody calls out volunteers or helpers or things like that. So if you are in an area that has a local Gridiron club, just get out and help out. They'll take help they can get any way, whether it be helping with the water or administration or things like that, just so that the burden doesn't fall to one person and that gets time out. We're going for the pass in the corner there.
Into the end zone, he's open.
And he's caught it just out of the end zone.
Feet. He did not.
The pass was a little long from the QB. Great ball. Back of the pylon. This is the technology we've got here. My commentator, Johnny Manning, is looking into his phone, squinting to try and get a replay. Caught it in the end zone, but just a little long.
That was actually really, really close.
Third down and goal. But yeah, we've seen, in 30 something 40 years that the sport's been played in Australia, we've seen a lot of families love the sport, play the sport, and then just get burnt by the sport.
I'll tell you a flip side story. I actually coached the Los Angeles Rugby League team in the California Rugby League comp, and some of the similarities that I can see in taking a sport from stronghold to a developing nation are so evident. Quarterback keep.
Stutter step.
Great bit of footwork.
It's almost, the MVP for the Pirates at the moment is the quarterback, because he's just taken it. He's thrown a couple of nice passes.
Put the team on his shoulders, really, hasn't he?
Yes, we've got a Mackay Mavericks
Officials
player
time out.
close to the sideline down here, down.
Some of the criticism
Number 92, yep.
you will hear of this sport from Australia, it seems we do have 3 oval-shaped ball codes. The criticism is that it's not dynamic enough, that there's a lot of stoppages, etc., etc. But what I love about this sport is that the precision and the specialised nature of each position, but also the fact that these collisions, you may not see it on the live stream or on TV, these collisions are brutal. It is an absolutely high-speed collision sport, and it's certainly not a place for the faint-hearted being out there on the gridiron.
Especially in the regional areas. I mean, it could be regional Victoria, it could be regional New South Wales, or regional Queenslanders. Yeah, you got some tough boys and girls out here, so they just want to play some sport. And sometimes, why do you want to come play ground? I want to hit somebody. Okay, welcome to the team.
Put your helmet in their numbers.
Big number 92 coming up. He's had a good game with the intercept before. 4th down, here we go. Can the Pirates get in the end zone? Big 72 in the backfield. Number 10. Oh, low snap.
He's
got some time, though.
He's got a throw.
He's got it in the middle. Number 6 is there. 2 receivers ran into each other. Number 88 and number 6.
I've got to tell you, that was amazing quarterback play. A really botched snap, but he recovered the ball, set himself, threw a bullet into the end zone.
Gave him a chance.
He saw the open receivers after turning around that quickly. That gap closed really quick, and the pass was a bit too high.
You can see Coach Josh G in the black there. giving high fives. They come off to get good effort getting down the field.
If he's not their regular coach, he's done a spectacular job.
Oh, he's
here
definitely not
today.
their regular coach.
He's done an amazing job here today. Hats off to Coach Josh.
He's come up from Canberra just to have a look at the Reef Bowl and do some scouting, and all of a sudden I saw him in the hotel lobby. I said, "Oh, you're heading down to the game?" He goes, "Yeah, I've got to go coach the Gladstone Pirates. They don't have a coach."
Well done, Josh. Hats off, mate. Probably looking at a play sheet he hasn't seen before.
What's this button do? First and 10 from the 9-yard line from Mackay. They've got
17 seconds in the quarter. What do they do here, Hollywood? What's the strategy here?
anything they want to do.
Run the ball
Just
and
ball safety.
wind the clock, take
As
the
in,
safety.
no, ball safety.
All safety. I'm an idiot.
Delay
Delay a
game.
game, though.
Offense. 5
Here
yard
we go.
penalty. First down.
If I'm Coach Josh here, send everybody from the Pirates.
It is a delay game, isn't it? Let's just
Certainly
march
is.
back to the 3.
Back to pass to nobody. Receiver went downfield thinking it was going to be a fade, and he's thrown the 6-yard out.
Got a comment on the live stream from Mr. Buckaroni saying, well done to RQ Gridiron for coverage this year. His nephew's playing for the Cyclones tonight.
Nephew.
Well done to all the referees that have given up their time this year. Well, interesting to see, Mr. Buckaroni, how your nephew goes in this main event game tonight. It's going to be a pretty strong encounter between Townsville and Rockhampton.
Rocky.
Wolverines.
Second down and 15 still. Double coveraging the receiver out to here. Run up the middle to our man, Mr. Hargreaves, is it? 21 spin.
What a couple of spins.
X
on the
button,
run.
triangle, square, L2.
He's a walking cheat code.
We've got a Gladstone Pirates player down the backfield.
His ankles
It's
might
a
have been
cheat
broken.
code.
His ankles might have been broken by Jack Parker.
Jack really coming into his
That
own
is
here
the end
in the
of
third quarter. Get some
Time
good
out.
blocking up front. He can't just make it happen. It's got to be the O-line.
Given he peeled off an 86-yard run, I think he's over 100 yards today, well over 100 yards today.
That's a good point. That looks like the third quarter is over. As we see Boogie from the the Townsville Cyclones getting his players into the huddle, into the tunnel to get ready for the next game. And just while we're here, co-commentator Johnny Manning, just want to give a shout out to Gridiron Australia National Manager, Coach Michael Kerr. He's ahead of the Pathways program. Now, the Pathways program is, you can only start playing at this sport at a certain age. And what we're really looking for now is players from sort of the 14 to 17-year-old of talent identification. And how can we get them ready to go where they want to go, whether it be USA or America or Canada or play for Australia or things like that. So that's one of the things that Gridiron Australia has really done a good job, probably in the last year, of setting up this sort of Pathways program through our state coordinators. So we're going to have scouts in each state identifying talent early on, and basically we want them to be part of the national program and come on tours and things like that. But basically it's been set up, as I said, to develop 14 and 17-year-old players ready to take their football to the next level. So it's one of the really good things the GA is doing, and plus the coaches we do. It's not anything for players. We're going to do it for coaches, so we can develop the next level coaches. Just a little halfback toss there for Mackay, only a couple of yards there. So one of the things for me, as the head coach for the Australian under-20s and previous men's head coach for Australia, is for me,
Officials, time
the
out.
second I get appointed, I want to know who's replacing me. So it's a case of there's that progression of somebody can. I don't want a single point of failure. So it's one of those things of where it's Pathways players, but it's also Pathways coaches. And one of those things, we want our coaches in Australia to be able to move from, if they coach the under-20s for a couple of years, and they go, I'd like to coach the women's team for a couple of years.
Yeah.
And make it a seamless transition through not only communication, through language. I mean, one of the great things that I'm trying to work on right now with Coach Craig Wilson, who's the head coach of the men's, and Coach Kevin Wilson, who's the head coach of the women's, is a universal playbook which has never been done before. So across all programs, a slant means a slant. It's 6 yards and this angle, or a pulling lineman, or a log block, or a cover 1, cover 2, cover 3 means exactly the same thing across all the programs. Now, it doesn't mean that, you know, we might call a pitch right, you could call it NASCAR or something like that.
Right.
But at least the player, when he hears pitch right, knows exactly the pitch right is exactly done with terminology. So it might be a different menu, but the ingredients are the same.
So that drives consistency across all levels through Gridiron Australia. It filters down from the top of the tree, right? That way, everyone, when they come into contact or come into a combine or a camp or some kind of activity with GA, they know exactly what's going on. And as you said, a seamless transition into that environment.
That's exactly right. Back 22, back to pass. He's out to the roll to the right. He's got 1 foot downfield, but he's too far. He's going to have to go by himself. Cut it back. He's got short there.
A second down for the Mavericks, caught behind the line of scrimmage. Only third and long.
And I think for us, that's really important for me as coaches, is just to have that next level. So, you know, we invite a lot of coaches that may not be ready for the international level to our coaching camps, just to see what it's like. Because, you know, I want to take someone like, you know, it might be Jim Cobb or a young coach from Gladstone who's only ever known this world, and bring them to the international or national level and just go, holy cow, I've just learned this, this, and this.
It's a great goal to have. If you look at other sports that have had success with, I guess, those grassroots programs and feeder programs as well. Pass across the middle, great catch. Equally as good defence, swarming defence from the corner there from Gladstone, but a great pitch and catch there from the Mavericks. But if you look at someone like, let's take for instance, in this neck of the woods, the North Queensland Cowboys. So they're based in towns where they have feeder teams here in Mackay and in Cairns, and both of those teams have, you know, for want of a better term, academy setups down to probably the under 16 level. Now they use the same calls as the Cowboys first grade teams use. They run the same plays, same calls. There might be variations on it, but as you said, they come into that environment. They know exactly what they're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, that's brilliant. I mean, that's well done to the Cowboys, and that's been a dream of mine for 20 years in Gridiron Australia, is to just have that sort of universal language. 4th down and about 4 for the Mavericks. Can they get the first down? Just keep the clock running. Nice little simple out route, a little bit too high. This will put the Pirates in good field position here at about the 17-yard line going in. A couple of Mavericks players, they're not too happy with that call.
Well done to you and the team at GA for, I guess, having that vision and trying to enact that vision as well, Hollywood, because I think potentially in the future, you guys will be viewed as pioneers of the sport in this country, and I'm sure you already are. But it's a sport that I think even in the last 5 to 10 years, the interest has just gone through the roof, just from Joe Public as well.
Oh, absolutely. There's a joke back in the sort of early 2000s, late 90s, is the greatest thing to happen to the sport of American football is Madden. I mean, we had kids. You could be right. We had kids who had EA Sports and Madden and come out and knew exactly what a linebacker, a rabid dog blitz was, and a smash concept. They've never played the sport before.
Zero blitz.
They look at it and go, "This is where a smash fade concept would work." Coaching, going, "Holy cow!" But no, I just want to reassure people out there as we watch the injured player come off, but it's first down and 10 for the Gladstone Pirates. Reassure people that it's one program, 3 teams, and that's what we're trying to do at the up level, especially the men's, women's, and the under 20s, is just create pathways for the players, for the future players. I mean, it used to be about just getting our guys to the World Cup. Well, it's no longer about that, because some guys can't go to the World Cup. If you don't have an Australian passport, you can't get to the Australian World Cup because you can't represent Australia.
These days, there's vaccination statuses that come into it as well.
So, you know, we want to send a player anywhere where they want to go. We want to give them the opportunity to shine in any country. Nice little I formation handoff to number 6. Only a couple of yards there. So yeah, it's not about it is about representing a country, but it's not about that's the sole thing. Is what can we do to help this individual go where they want to go? Now, if they want to play state and that's all they want to play, great. If they want to go play in Finland or Japan or USA or Canada, that's where we need to get them.
But we also have an amazing nursery of athletes here in Australia. If you have a look at our sporting teams, you know, in relation to our population, we overperform on the world stage given our population. And you look at someone like Jordan Mailata, who's gone over there and become one of the highest paid...
Had the opportunity to meet him?
One of the highest paid guards in the NFL. Jared Hayne went over, albeit too late in his career, potentially to make a real...
Pirates!
Oh! almost a catch, almost an
Almost.
intercept. But Jaron Hayden probably went over it a little bit too old. But if you get the guys of Haynes' athleticism at that 15, 16-year-old level, potentially then they're playing college ball. They're going through the appropriate, I guess, feeder system to make a name for themselves in that top level over there.
Absolutely, and especially also, I want to give a shout out to Europe as well. We've had a ton of our guys go to Europe, because I think Europe is a little bit more free thinking than Americans. Always say it, Americans are a bit more stubborn because it's their way, it's their sport, they do it conform. Whereas Europe and Japan, and we've got Serbia and Italy, and players getting paid over there to do stuff. They can go for a couple of years, have a holiday, and play sport.
Well, Brian Nielsen from Gridiron Queensland was just telling me about the setup in Germany and those sorts of countries. It's actually a genuine career.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I've been to a 40,000 Austria versus Germany game. Oh, great.
Pump fake.
Oh, well done by number 10. Pump
He's done
fake.
well to hold on to the pill there.
Brings up 4th and about 7.
But yeah, this competition happening in Europe at the moment is it sounds amazing, and they've really taken it by the scruff of the neck, and they're, as you said, getting numbers. There's investment in the game as well. So it's not just the US, as you said.
Now, the last thing I'll leave this is it's a timeout to Josh G, Coach Josh G, and the Gladstone Pirates.
Timeout.
Last thing I'll leave this is
Gladstone.
what we've
That's
tried to do
their
also
third and
is
final
get
timeout of the game.
a couple of really good coaches on board as mentors, and I can officially announce that Coach Michael Kerr as the National Pathways Director has snagged a legendary Australian coach to come and mentor the young coaches coming up. This guy has been in the game for decades, one of the most respected coaches in the country. I won't say who it is. I'm going to leave people out there guessing.
Look
But,
at you tease.
But he's a mentor of mine. He's a great bloke, and he's currently in New South Wales. But he's coming on board to help mentor our young coaches, and you couldn't ask for a better mentor. So there'll be an announcement from Gridiron Australia probably in the next couple of weeks about that. But that's just really exciting. So just want to give a shout out to the GA board and Coach Michael Kerr, head of the National Pathways Program, finally getting us all aligned, I think, and Coach Wilson and myself to just being open-minded to get this sport going, and just hoping it can just keep growing. Because I mean, let's face it. For me, I've watched the downfall of this sport in the last 2 years with COVID. Of any sport, you know what it's been like. So we got to get people back into the sport, or any sport. Well, there's this bloody damn virus, and I'll say damn virus on this live stream.
Mate, testify. But no, you guys are doing an amazing job. Hats off to the effort you guys are putting in. 4th down here for the Pirates. They need points.
Is he going to go long? No, he's going to get.
He's thrown it.
Oh, hit the arm.
Up.
They're happy with that though. He didn't pick it. Number 11 didn't pick it. He got the hugs and high fives from his teammate.
I tell you what, the quarterback for the Pirates, he's tried tirelessly all day.
He has. Well, he hasn't had a flag down.
We could see a
Personal foul, roughing the passer.
Roughing the passer.
Defense number 94.
Personal foul, roughing the
15-yard
passer.
penalty, automatic first
That'll
down.
be it. And you set it out. First down,
Wow.
15-yard penalty. You are with legendary sports star and official commentator and traveller of USA, Johnny Manning, and I am Coach Hollywood, head coach of the Gridiron Australia Under-20s. You are watching Reef Bowl 8 in the team Gladstone Pirates in the yellow and blue versus Mackay Mavericks in the silver and blue. Johnny, what's the score at the moment? We've still got 19.
19-0 to the Mavs. We're into the 4th quarter.
Mackay are challenging
Yeah,
the
they-
ruling on the field of roughing the passer.
Pirates
The
have
previous
been
play
luckless.
is under review.
The quarterback for the Pirates has tried tirelessly all day. But the Mavs, I've got to say, have pretty much been able to handle anything the Pirates have tossed up at them. Just on the live stream, there's a comment from Chris asking for a shout out for the Reef Bowl 6 champions, the Cairns Falcons. A few of the players would have been there to help out the Pirates, but weren't able to come down. Obviously, there was a fatality on the Bruce Highway up south of Cairns.
Heard about
today,
this.
So, 2 people passed away, which is very unfortunate, and stopped the Cairns guys from being able to come and join us here today. So,
Yeah, I heard about that. That's I mean, shocking.
terrible news.
Terrible news. Sorry, just here the referees they're throwing it up to the booth for the roughing the passer call.
Challenge from the Mavs?
It was.
review, the call in the field is confirmed of roughing the passer. Mackay have lost their right to challenge, and it cost them 1 timeout.
Looks like personal foul, roughing the passer has been confirmed.
Chris has just corrected the comment on the live stream. Reef Bowl 7, not Reef Bowl 6. I read it out correctly, Chris.
How good is that though? Like, I looked at it and went Reef Bowl 8. Are we at Reef Bowl 8?
Reef Bowl 8, can you believe that? And first time it's been played here in Mackay.
How great is that? I was privileged enough as the to come up as the head coach of the Sun Devils, I think, a couple of years back when Mackay's first season happened. And that was interesting, playing at an oval which was very dry, and seeing the Mavericks in their first game.
That would have been just over the southeast end of this field, probably about less than a kilometre that way.
Ah, okay.
You can almost see it. There's a field past the other rugby league fields. That's where it would have been.
Is that right?
I interviewed the Mackay Mayor, who's here today, Greg Williamson, Mackay Mayor here today. He's tossed the coin for this particular match. He spoke to me about opening that match as well, the first game of the Mavericks.
Oh, that was him, same guy. Okay, excellent. Yeah, one of the things I loved about that was, I just loved about the whole, almost the whole town came out. And then we saw some youths pull up with some couches on the back, which was great. And then I saw lots of lovely ladies having Chinny's great run here. Is he over for the touchdown?
Over. 72, is it, for the
They got
Pirates?
points on the board.
Great to see the
Touchdown.
Gladstone Pirates cross the stripe.
There's your refrigerator, William Perry.
That's him in the flesh. Watching that replay, he's crashing through the Mackay D. The beautiful thing about American football or the gridiron, there's always time, Hollywood.
That's why I love it. Forget the
time.
refrigerator. That's your BCF boating, camping, fishing, portable esky. That's your 250-litre portable esky going crashing across there. Great run.
It's funny, you know, given that there is still 7.5 minutes on the clock, this extra point here becomes quite critical to make
You
it.
say comeback.
Hey, 19-7, I tell you what.
Going for the 2 points.
Going for the two-point conversion.
Just going to give it to
Same
him again.
The fridge
He rumbles
again.
over. He's got it.
And he's there.
Yes, sirree.
So they are
Great job.
They are a touchdown, a 2-point conversion, and a field goal away from tying the match.
This is great here also. We've got our Townsville Cyclones warming up in the red and white, and you can see some on the screen there. The Rocky team,
Wolverines.
getting ready to go warm up.
Both bought big squads too, by the looks of it.
They have, haven't they? I love that. When you get down about 3 yards out, just give it to the unstoppable force and just roll it over. Great job by the Gladstone Pirates. Getting some points on the board.
Goes to show what penalties can do, right? TD Sass comments on the live stream. Touchdown, baby. Good on you, Sass.
Above and beyond there is that Big Fabes. Big Fabes is a TD scorer. You can almost call him then the fridge. Big Fabes fridge.
Fridge Faves.
Here's something we haven't seen. Or we may have only seen once.
Onside kick.
No, as in Mackay returning a kick. Oh, hi.
Selfie time in the commentary box here with myself and Hollywood.
That'll be up on the Johnny Manning Instagram page. Short kick, who's on it?
It was an onside kick.
You called it.
So Sean Payton out there calling the plays there for the Pirates. Newly retired Sean Payton too. What do you make of
Absolutely.
that?
Well, I'll tell you what I make of it. He's got no quarterback and he's $75 million over the cap. Time to go.
Is he holding out for a job with the guys who've got the big blue star on their shirt?
I don't know about that, but I just know it's like he's made an assessment of, I don't want to be around this when it happens. Something proverbial is going to hit the fan and it's time to go.
How do you go into a season that far over the cap with no quarterback?
I'd ask an NRL team.
Yeah, true. They usually, at least they've got a spine with a couple of boats in their shirt. That's not true. I'm just joking.
Allegedly.
That's not true at all.
What do we got on the clock there, Johnny Manning? What do we got there?
To 43, if my eyes do not deceive me.
Good position for the Mavericks here, 1st and 10. Staying in the same formation with a jump there. Hargraves of the run. Into the outside.
Jeez, he's been good today, Hargraves. Another solid gain there.
It's taken him 2 quarters to warm up, but he's warmed up.
Tell you what, once he got warm.
It's like an old diesel engine. He just took a while to get warmed up.
So almost like he took it upon himself to turn this offense around in that 3rd quarter.
A couple of the Mavericks players there on the sideline just getting stretched out. It's been a long day, a hot day, humid day. Fortunately, you can see that the shadow is almost now 3/4 of the field.
Lights have been turned on.
Pirates back out of blitz. He's got him on the slant there.
Good catch and pass. That's Tim Miller. For these 2 offensive weapons in Jake Hargraves and Tim Miller, they've almost been unstoppable.
You see the safety's come in. He's just copped a bad angle there. Just hurt himself a little bit.
Time out.
Tim Miller very happy with himself in the huddle there. Geeing his teammates up. Asking on the live stream, is this a Pirates comeback? Well,
I don't know, Chris. What do you reckon?
it could well be. It's a 2-score game, so that's the beauty of this this particular sport. You just never know. And you go back to is it Peyton Manning, who effectively ruined John Gruden's first coaching career with that 4th quarter comeback versus Tampa. They scored something like 24 points in the last 3 or 4 minutes.
You're calling it big here. This is going to be. I'm just looking at the next. It's great. The Mackay Mavericks have just taken a knee over the Pirates. But yeah, you're right here. I'm looking over at Rocky, and they've brought some squad. That's for sure. All in black and yellow.
Yeah,
looking down here to the Townsville Cyclones.
This is going to be some kind of matchup tonight.
Don't forget, if you're here, ladies and gentlemen, we've got the wood fire pizza down to the side. We've got the cafe and bar out the back of the stadium as well. Got chips, pies, drinks.
I'm assuming the beer's cold.
Very cold.
Just assuming.
Very cold. Johnny Manning can just tell that. That's for sure. I think that's the only way you guys have it up here.
You got it. That's why we drink 10-ounce beers up here.
Both teams have agreed to a running clock for the rest of the game. The clock will start.
That's
on
what
my
I remember
signal.
from that first game at the Mackay. That's what I was like, why are these cans so small?
Instead of schooners and pints, we get the 10-ounce glasses.
Oh my goodness.
Schooners have taken over now that all pubs are air-conditioned, but back when they weren't, it was a 10-ounce pot you'd drink up here.
First down 10 for the Mavericks. Back to pass. Oh, big
it's a pick!
72! He's got the pick. He could go to the 40. Late flag. Oh, look at that throw.
Oh, that was a wonderful flag throw.
That shows some arm strength. Look at the air up there. This is a great catch.
Well, Chris on the live stream could be right. Surely a Pirates comeback.
Dropping back to pass. Just stayed in the passing lane. Really nice job of just tapping the ball himself.
Personal foul.
Panic.
Hawks collar
Didn't
tackle
panic.
on
Tap the ball up.
defense.
Oh,
15
personal
yard
foul looks like a
penalty
horse
added to the
collar.
end of the run.
But that's going to be on the
That's on the Mavericks.
on the Mavericks. So that's
Happened
going to
after the interception.
tack that onto the end of the run.
We're going to call it Chris comeback from the live stream.
Chris's comeback.
Chris's comeback.
Miracle at Mackay.
That made me laugh. Big penalty there. First down and 10 from
That's
the 29.
Those personal fouls cost you 15 yards. That's a big chunk.
Actually, Johnny Manning, you are right. You just mentioned it before. Is really the reason they scored. The Pirates scored last time was because of personal fouls. Here we go again. High formation. They look like they're ready to run. You can see the running back and the fullback ready to take a handoff.
There it is.
Which they do. 72 pinball.
Oh, but, you know what? It's 4 or 5 yards.
29 on the tackle.
Ample time on the clock. They would want to. It's funny, you know, the clock management in the last 2 minutes is always criticised, but outside of that, it's never really spoken about, is it? But it all, those minutes all add up.
They certainly do.
As Coach Tony D'Amato said.
Every single bit adds up, inch by inch. Got to claw your way back. No, it's one of those interesting things. We've got the binoculars here in the booth. I don't know if you can see it on the live stream, but have a look at those two running backs for the Gladstone Pirates. You can really tell when it's going to be a run. They're just ready to steamroll.
Above and Beyond have definitely endorsed my call of Miracle in Mackay, or Mackay Miracle in Mackay.
Quarterback keep behind the big fellas.
You
Great,
almost got away.
well done. Great
Wonderful
tackle.
chase. Wonderful chase.
That's number 11, I think, on the tackle there. Really great job bringing the QB down.
Crowd's starting to build here, Hollywood. Some great outfits.
Love the cat in the hat from one of the Townsville Cyclone players there. It's red and white.
Tomo.
Hey? No,
Tomo's
we're over here.
come up
We're
with
over
the
here,
cat
buddy.
in the hat. Good
There
on
we
you,
go.
brother. You look $1 million, mate.
He's had a few. He's looking up in the sky. Commentary's not coming from the sky.
Hello, God.
Here we go. The crowd's pointing out where we're at.
There he is. Good on
See,
you, Tomo.
great supporters here for
Great to see
regional
supporters
Queensland.
here.
Third down and about 7 for the Gladstone Pirates.
It's a pass.
That's
out-
a good
Oh,
pass.
and that's a
Great
catch. Just short of first down yardage,
short.
but still a good chunk of yardage.
I'll
He's
go
called
for
it.
it.
They've
I'll
called
go
the
for it.
first down. They've called the first down, have they?
I don't know about this, but Rocky, get out of the end zone. We've still got a game here. Go warm up on another field. Oh, they gave it to him. First down. You can see the pass was just a little overthrown. One of the receivers thought it was for them. Great little out route.
That was play design.
Everybody bit for the underneath. Johnny Manning come up with play calls. First down and 10 from about the 19, 18 yard line. Here we go.
72's in the personnel, so will we see him just smash it through again?
About 3:50 and the clock's running.
Jim Cobb pacing that sideline.
A lot of space open on the left.
The
Which
pass.
he's he was
Pump
looking
fake.
there too. He is open in the end zone.
Oh, tripped up at the backfield.
25. Is that our man again? There he is. Hayden Connor. Shoestring tackle. I thought the QB number 10 was going to go for the big launch left because he had a receiver screaming down that side wide open. But brought the ball back in, which gave Hayden Connor time to make the tackle. He wanted to go long. Second down and about 12.
Just looking at the Townsville team warm up, looks like their QB's a lefty.
That's Boogie. Bowden Byrne. Boogie Byrne, number 6. He came and helped us a couple of years ago with the under 20, under 19 squad. 2017, 2016, 2017.
That's a nice ball.
Officials time out.
He's
2-minute
matured
warning.
well as a player. Maybe not as an individual, but as a player. I say that with tongue in cheek.
Nobody's perfect, mate.
Number 72 here getting the play.
The clock counting down. This is a pretty critical series here for Gladstone if they are to mount any sort of fight back.
72's got it.
Guy ready. Mavs are ready for him. Still peeled off a couple of yards, but they were definitely ready for him.
This is almost something I would have liked to seen Gladstone do early third. Early third. Just put 72 in the backfield and just wear him down.
Yeah. 72 out there. Maybe a play action.
72 hashtag athlete.
Yeah,
He's done well. He's this whole fourth quarter, he's run the board well. Absolutely. I mean, if you're going to key on him, but you want to make it a really good play action off him. QB keep, you can tell.
That's third down.
You can see number 63 there on the tackle getting through initially in the Mavericks. It's Talanoa. A lot of hands on hips, winding down, clock winding down.
Pass the 2-minute warning, if my clock is correct.
So you're telling me we should be looking for the Gatorade shower for Coach Cobb?
Well, maybe not just yet, but he's the water boy. He's going to give it to himself. He can squirt himself with
Right,
those
myself.
bottles.
72 solo in the backfield. Got the seam receiver with a cross up. This is going to be picked.
Oh, through the hands of the corner. The receiver wasn't ready for it. To catch it on the other side, that's going to be a handover on downs.
Johnny, that's a great point. I mean, if,
It's
even
the
though
end of the
that
game.
receiver saw that the cornerback was in better position, he should have had his hands up trying to catch the ball.
You've got to be, even for a deflection, right? You've got to be ready to crumb it.
Absolutely. Yeah, both teams walking out. You see Rocky bringing their pads and their bags to the opposite sideline, ready for our game number 2.
It's going to be a less vicious sideline to be over there now that the sun's going down, let me tell you.
Absolutely. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we've just found out that this live stream in the final 2 minutes is... Oh, we're done. We're done. Here we go.
That's it. So that's the
That's
Mavericks taking out the third place playoff in regional North Queensland, 19 points to 8. Congratulations to the Mavericks, but a huge big up to the Gladstone Pirates for travelling all this way. They're obviously down on numbers, didn't have a coach. Coach Josh G did a magnificent job, and those players gave their all out there today.
Absolutely. Thank you, everyone, making this game possible. Johnny Manning, thank you for co-commentating. This has been Coach Hollywood. We're going to have a little break now, and we'll see you for the main game. Thank you, live stream. Thank you, everybody. See you shortly.